My coffee making tutorial. I was inspired to do this because I was on YouTube and I saw a lot of people making coffee and I enjoy making coffee, and I thought let's give it a go and do one myself. Now I use a Rancilio Silvia machine which makes fantastic coffee with the matching Rancilio grinder. I bought this after lots of research and found this was pretty much the best buy you could get for say under $1,000 for making consistently good coffee. I'm using this Chabello Cafe coffee, which really I only bought this because the shop where I normally buy coffee was closed and I had to go to the supermarket. But I find if you have some knowledge of what you're doing, it doesn't really matter what beans you use, you can still get consistently good coffee. So I'm going to just put some milk in the fridge to get it nice and cold. I mean the milk's already there, but it's good to get the container in the fridge. It chills the container. The stainless steel maintains that cold so you have more time to actually froth and stretch the milk. So do you want to play around with the just put in, if you want to have a look, it's sort of below half of milk, because this will basically fill up with me steaming it. So you can put in the fridge or the freezer. I got this off a YouTube tutorial. I used to just put in the fridge, but lots of people put in the freezer. It helps a little bit, I guess. So we just get the portafilter out, put in some coffee. I like to just overfill it a bit, then flatten it out and empty any excess. I just bang it, and then this is a really good trick. If you put it on the edge like this and then press down on it. Now it doesn't really help with your coffee, but it will help with not having your tips broken, as what's happened with me. So you can see there, they've actually just chipped. You don't want that to end up in someone's coffee. Put that in there. Now I like using these sort of cups. They're Italian ones. They're very thick. They maintain the heat. That's for me. And for Nicole, she likes a bit more milk, so we use one of those. Now I just put it on. Some people wait to sort of get the temperature right, but I mean as long as there's no light, you'll see the coffee will be hot enough. And I just pour for about 25 seconds, so it might be a bit noisy now. So you would have seen that the coffee actually wasn't coming out to begin with that much. It was took quite a while, and what that is, or what I find happens, especially with this coffee, because I'm not too familiar with using it, it tends to sort of go stale with, you know, after a week or two, and you'll find you'll have to adjust your grind to maybe make it a bit more coarse, so it comes out, it flows a lot better. I'm just going to put the grinder on. Oh, do you want to?
There's a coffee coming out. This is good to stand.
So you can see that it's very nice, dark, rich, lots of crema. You can see when I swirl it around, it sticks to the sides really nicely and reforms basically quite quickly. Same with this one. This one, which I did quite a while ago, still has good sort of cream on it. It's gone down a bit, but still quite good. And you would have noticed that I put on the steam like a few seconds before the actual coffee had finished pouring, just to, you know, speed up the process a bit. So the boiler's heated up to steaming temperature. What we have to do is, you'll find there's a lot of water in that boiler, and you don't want to get the water into your coffee because it won't steam as well. So we're going to do what's called bleeding the boiler, I guess, and just turn on the steam like this, get that water out, and so there's quite a bit there, and there's still more. You can hear the water coming out through the steam when it makes that sort of noise. So if you turn it off and on, you'll get the remaining water out. Now you can see that's just really just dry steam coming out, and that's what you want to froth milk. You can see the light's gone back on. That doesn't really matter. We'll quickly get the milk. And start frothing. Yeah, just fully open the steam wand, and what you want to do, you want the steam wand to sit on top of the milk, so it's making that sort of noise, and you can hear that's what's happening now. The milk's spinning around. What I do is I do this till it hits about 100 degrees. That's the optimum sort of steaming period, and then I put the wand down to the bottom of the jug.
That's where that line is there?
No, to 100. We're coming up to 100 now.
Yeah.
So this is sort of, and you can see, look how much the milk's actually expanded. Now I just put it to the bottom, because the milk at this temperature has sort of stopped frothing. It won't froth that much until it gets a bit hotter, and we just continue to heat it up until it reaches the red line. You can see I had below half in there, and it's now basically overflowing. I'm going to have to stop because we put a bit too much. Always clean your steam wand straight away, because the milk will sort of dry. Now you can see it's all frothed up. You bang it a couple of times, it gets rid of the big bubbles there.
The 80s froth.
Yeah, and give it a sort of swirl like this. And what this does, it makes the milk nice and glossy. Now there's a lot of frothy sort of stuff on the top, so if you wanted to do latte art, that's not very good, because that's going to all come out. So I'm not really, I guess, not an expert with the latte art. I haven't really gotten to that point as yet. So I just spoon that out, unless I'm doing something like a hot chocolate or someone wants a cappuccino, because that's all really thick sort of froth that would sit on the top. You can see now it's a lot more fluid and light, and we can just pour that in.
You nearly do art latte art.
Almost.
Very close. Very close.
Needs a bit more practice.
Oh, wow.
And there you go. Enough coffee perfectly for myself and my wife Nicole.
See, I just want to show that that's empty there.
Oh yeah, that's totally empty. This is the excess froth. So really, we were doing a big sort of cappuccino or hot chocolate.
Or baby chino for your son.
Or a baby chino for my son. Can't eat it as yet. And then you can see that, especially well here, that the froth has formed perfectly on the top, and you've got the milk on the bottom, and that was just from me pouring it, not actually, you know, spooning the froth on the top. And that's how I like to make my coffees. Thank you.